Today's Cowboys mailbag begins with a super thanks from Kevin Lopez, asking about Chris Jones. There were plenty of Chris Jones questions. We'll do it all right here, at least in the mailbag portion. What would it take to bring him to the Cowboys, and tell me why it wouldn't happen? I think a lot. The Chiefs are contenders. They don't want to trade him away to another contender. I think it starts with a first-round pick and maybe a player. If it's less than that, I have interest, but it's a premium cost and a contract that would pay him around $28 million per year. That might be too much for the Cowboys. Now, if you're watching live, stay tuned. If you're watching on demand, we actually broke down the Chris Jones trade status on a recent Cowboys video. Check the comment section and the description, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any Cowboys video in the future. From Sam, could we trade for a linebacker or offensive lineman? Can, yes. Will, I doubt linebacker. I think they want to give Marquise Bellis run. If there's another injury, yes, go trade for one. I would love an offensive lineman. I would love that more than anything. I don't know who that is available, or who is available, who you could realistically get. That's what makes it a little bit tough. Because you're in September. Your options are dwindled, especially after the trade deadline comes and goes. From Ray Goodson, just says, thanks. No, thank you, Ray. We appreciate everyone here at the Cowboys Report who shows us support via Super Chat or via Super Thanks. It's just like a Super Chat, but outside of a live show. When you're commenting, click that little heart icon with the $sign in it. You can edit your message, send in whatever you want, whatever comment, whatever it is, even if it's mean. We will give you a shout-out on the show because we appreciate your support here at the Cowboys. If you're an Eagles fan watching, please pay your rent via Super Thanks. Tyler McFadden, you get 5 moves Jerry will make happen, no questions asked. What is Tom doing? It's a great question. Now, this is a lot more fun of a question in the off-season. In season, with week 1 a couple days away, it's much more challenging. What I would do is this. I'm paying CeeDee Lamb. I think we're all in agreement on that one. I would also get your Dak Prescott deal done. And I would set myself up for a 3 to 4 year window. Go win. And if you don't win, blow it up and bottom out and get yourself a top 5 draft pick at QB. Number 3, I don't know who it is, but I would go get a 6th offensive lineman, ideally a left side player to plug in if and when Tyron Smith gets hurt. Number 4, as soon as the season ends, I'm paying Micah Parsons. I am not going to let that become a Nick Bosa, Chris Jones, Brian Burns debacle. I am paying him, highest paid defensive player in the NFL. I'll back with the deal, and I'll be happy about it. And number 5, I'm making me owner. And that way, I will give myself 10 years. If I don't win a title, I will sell the team. I will also profit all of the money. I'll spend a year of just like rebuilding and pocketing money and have my own generational wealth, but I will try like hell to actually win football games. So my 5th one, the best one of all, make me owner. So with that in mind, who would be a better owner of the Dallas Cowboys? TD for me or JJ for Jerry Jones? It is today's pinned comment. If the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. From Lone Wolf, a $2 super chat. What's the floor for our team record outcome-wise? I'm going to, assuming no debilitating injuries, because if you get decimated by injuries, you could easily win 6 games. And that's not a wild outcome if you get a bunch of guys hurt. Ignoring that, most of your core guys stay healthy to where you should be performing well. 8 wins, maybe, where the Mike McCarthy offense just does not work. The defense turnovers kind of go away, and you're just not playing that well against the tougher schedule, and you come up just shy. That's kind of like the floor, and that's the Mike gets fired outcome too. Leon Moss trading for linebacker Josh Allen is hard as hell in Madden 24. That's the Jags edge rusher, as it should be. He's really good. He opposite Micah Parsons and Take Lawrence. That's fun grouping. I don't know how realistic it is, but I'm sure it is hard. That makes maybe Madden's trades are better now. From Seabass, if there is a Jones trade, how would they pay Micah Parsons? If there's an Evans trade, how would you pay CeeDee Lamb? It's good questions. Now, for any one individual guy, you can make it happen. Chris Jones would cost about $28 million. You'd be sinking most of your money into Chris Jones for 3 years, Micah Parsons for the next decade, Trayvon Diggs in theory for the next decade as well. You'd have to replace some of your middle-class players. It means Gilmore's not going to come back. You might not want to re-sign J-Ron Curse. It means Damone Clark, Oso and they're due for their new deals. They're not coming back. So you can make it happen. I think it might actually be easier to pay Chris Jones at DT, where you're actually not investing that much money right now, than to pay Mike Evans $20 million and give CeeDee Lamb $25 when you have already paid Brandon Cooks, he's under contract for next year, and Michael Gallup. I think the Evans angle is a little bit more complicated from a investment into the same position group. Now, if you have not already, hit that sub button. We are live 2 days a week this year, Monday and Thursday, and we're live for game days. Then we'll adjust the schedule Monday, Thursday of like Monday football game. Be live on Tuesday type of deal. So make sure you are subscribed, youtube.com/CowboysTV. King Trill, I'm a little bit concerned about the rust factor. The starters didn't play in the preseason. I think this is fair. I would not be surprised if your starters are rusty. If they are not, operating at their mid-level, in fact, you shouldn't expect them to be operating like that. So when we get to the first quarter and it's 3-0 Giants, do not freak out. Don't go, oh my God, we're screwed. Relax, breathe. It's a long season. It's a long game. But I do think there will be some rust involved from your offense. From Dustin Rushing, will the Cowboys sign an offensive lineman in free agency when the Cowboys start this season? I don't know. You're days away from game day. Maybe after week 1 you revisit, but I guess they're going to roll with their 8. When injuries happen, we'll see how they end up adjusting. TKG, what game looking forward to most this year? Let's win on SNF versus the Giants this weekend. I would like to see, even if it's just a regular season game, how you fare against the 49ers defense. Can you be better than what you've been the past 2 years? That's why Mike McCarthy made this change. It's not about being a better offense in the regular season. It's about, with a high bar to clear, make no mistake, it's about making it further in the postseason. You can no longer be only a top 5 team in the NFL, which I think is what you were last year. You now have to be a top 4 team. And it's only one spot. It's a big jump to make. From Jeremy Chuggs' burner, the goal should always be winning, not saving money. Let's get Jones and make the rest a future Cowboys problem. If you want to be aggressive, trading for Chris Jones is one of the best ways, if he's actually available, I'm not sure he is, to make that happen. Speaking of, future problems, or maybe making some money instead, use our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Cowboys125. $100 down will get you that 125% deposit bonus. You can bet on NFC East odds, in-game props, live betting, and Week 1's game, Cowboys against the Giants. Your Cowboys, as of filming, knowing the lines tend to move and whatnot there, are a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 47, by the way. So it's a 25-22 Cowboys prediction right there. I've got the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys money line in this one. Bet with me, bet on the Cowboys, or don't. It's free country. At BetUS, chatsports.com/bet, promo code Cowboys125 gets you the 125% deposit bonus. From Sean M., I assume it's Sean Marshall, can you trade for Nick Bosa? Actually, probably not. That deal should get done soon. If it's not done, I don't know what the Niners are doing. They've always had some tricky contract negotiations in years past. I think that might be rearing its head again there. I love Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons. Oh, my God. Let's ride. I just don't see it very realistic there. So name a player. Doesn't even have to be realistic. I'm going to regret that one. There's one right answer, by the way, it's Mahomes. But name a player you would love to see play for the Cowboys. Go vote right now. Carter Nelson, who is going to break out this season? A lot of directions I think you could go there. I wouldn't be shocked to see Oso Odighizuwa break. I think that'd be a really good outcome for the Cowboys. Him emerging as a key piece on that side of the football. DeRon Bland maybe gets beat less, fewer INTs. I'm fine with that trade-off there for a nickel. It's okay. Jake Ferguson stands with me on offense. Tyler Smith becomes a true Pro Bowl caliber guard. I think those are all good outcomes for the Dallas Cowboys. So name a player who you think will break out this year for the Dallas Cowboys. Any side of the football, you can put the kicker in. I guess that's fine as well. But name a player who you think ends up breaking out for the Dallas Cowboys upcoming season. Sound off for me in the comments section. Chris B. Nick Wright, who I don't mind, big Chiefs fan, said Chris Jones has a 2-year, $54.8 million fully guaranteed deal on the table. Thoughts? Would you pay him more? That's $27.4 million fully guaranteed. I'm wondering if that means it includes the year he has left on his contract. I'm doing some quick math here. Don't mind me in terms of he's got, what is it, 19, 12. I think he wants a little bit more. Then maybe that includes the third year. Like, we'll break it down on that Chris Jones video too, of like what the offers allegedly are. But I think he might want more. Clearly that means that he wants more. So if you want Chris Jones, I guess you have to pay him $28 or so million per year. Is that too much for you? Maybe it is. Mighty Ants 0215. Why not move Austin Richards to left guard if Tyron Smith is hurt? You might put Tyler Smith at left guard and play Richards at left tackle. I'm betting you plug him in at one of those spots. That would be my guess. Now, where it gets complicated is, where is Smith best and where is Richards best at? I thought he was fine at both spots, but I also know in the West Coast offense, the Texas Coast offense, quick passes are king. The best way to have that fall apart is interior pressure issues. So maybe you'd want to put Tyler at left guard still. I think if Tyron Smith goes down right now, Richards somewhere, one of those two spots is your first man up. From Brody Dawson, Deion Sanders is the next Cowboys head coach. We're going to get this as long as Colorado keeps having success. The answer is no, though. That's not what Deion wants. That's not his style. I don't think Deion's shtick, I don't mean that in a negative way, I mean it's working. It upset TCU, right? Like his whole thing, like the thing that makes Deion great is some motivation stuff, but also the recruiting side of it. And that does not work in the NFL. You can't recruit in the NFL. Deion said he don't want to be an NFL coach. His next big job, be like the FSU gig maybe, but not NFL. Now, we'll have this conversation, I'm sure, plenty this season. Who will be the next Cowboys head coach? Sound off for me in the comments section right now.